So I seem to have a game called Memory Note, but I have no recollection of buying this game. And having a look on Steam, it seems like there's pretty much nobody that speaks English has played it either. Looks like a visual novel. Cutesy anime characters. Let's have a quick look at it. I was going to be playing some Valheim with friends, but it seems like that's currently on hold. Oh, jeez. Put the volume down. And everything's in Russian. Perfect. So, let's try and figure out. This is where our Duolingo practice has been going on. Even though I've been looking at Spanish, but there we go. Spanish, Russian, it's all the same. It's all good. So, let's remember. Okay, let's see what we we don't remember anything. Options, text speed, just the usual. It's probably made using RenPy or RenPy, however you pronounce it. Dedicated playlist for music, that's always nice. Right. My memories are insects in amber. I am not going to read the bottom text, that looks a little too complicated for me. People live, remember, and then forget. Such an endless circle. But I never forgot. I'm the man who is stuck in amber. 13 hydrangeas. Hydrangeas? Probably that. 429 flowers. They're blue this spring, even though they were pale white 4 years ago. Actually, I should probably put the music up so you can hear. Yeah, streaming is not my strongest point. All I do is pretty much just play Rise of the Robots, and that's pretty much it. I walked along the valley, habitually watching the flowers. You better remember the number of petals instead of the face of some unfamiliar girl you will never forget. The images will be accumulated in my head. They will never mix and disappear, which in the end will drive me crazy. Okay, so this is probably some kind of... Oh, it's pretty appropriate that there's going to be a more romantic Valentine's kind of thing, considering tomorrow. Although, I used to. Memory is a funny thing. Time kills it. Audio... Probably a good idea to not set the audio to the desktop speakers, otherwise it'll just blow out everything and you'll hear it doubles. But like I said, streaming is not my strongest point. But it works differently for me. I don't forget anything. The smell of fresh bread that I bought in elementary school, or the eyes of the one who smiled at me for the first time. Yes, I see them right now. I don't know if it's a disorder or a superpower. I don't want to know. I want to live this small and boring life. Repetitive, creating new and new patterns in my head that leave no place for originality. It's probably a bad way of thinking, considering... Oh crap, did I press the wrong button? I'm in the classroom again. It's loud here. How disgusting. Oh yes, these are the voices of classmates. Okay, a very, very antisocial main character. I don't see the appeal of these kinds of super antisocial characters, unless it's just really a general common thing in Japan. Well, I say Japan, but the entire game is either English or Russian. I'm assuming it's Russian. It's so cloudy today. Yesterday I heard that today the teacher came in and finally interrupted this booth. This happens day after day. Can't they just sit in silence? After all, the silence is so beautiful. But the noisy creatures do not understand it. A new student came to us today. Please introduce yourself to your new class. I looked up reluctantly to see who this new creature... Really? Okay. New creature whose others call classmate, and who, of course, I will immediately remember for the rest of my life. This strange girl stood near the blackboard and tried to pronounce her name. With awkward moments, this girl scribbled on the board, Gotomi Ito. Sounds something. It seemed like she might faint. I thought you were kept going. God, every time I see just I with ellipses, I just think of Deus, the Malkavian mod, and it's ruining me. Nice to meet you. Please take care of me. She took a bow and sat down behind me. Classes are perhaps one of the few pleasures I experience in this life. I especially love the exact sciences, where the boundaries are strictly observed and everything is logically explainable. With science, there are no annoying inconsistencies. I think you can compare me to a gourmet. I eat in small portions if it's something new. I properly serve and have cooked for centuries. Yes, that's great. Yeah, I cannot relate to this character. By the way, in my studies, I am one of the best in the city. Not that I really tried, but my so-called abilities allowed me to get this title. Now there is a math lesson? English. Everyone solves the equations, and someone even performs the task at the blackboard. When I started the task, I felt something staring at me. A shiver ran down my spine. I looked around to find what kind of mortal decided to bother me. Okay, so we're starting off with a very antisocial character with borderline god complex. No wonder, it is Ito. Her green, frightened eyes stopped at me. She kept opening and closing her mouth like a fish. Is she trying to tell me anything? Could you let me rewrite the previous equation that was on the board? Why not? Good guy. Achievement, okay. I silently handed the notebook to the girl. I don't want to hear her plaintive voice. Seeing the notebook, she gently took it from my hands. I managed to read a timid thank you on her lips. Seriously, it's really antisocial. Really don't need to be like that. Soon there was a lunch break, and all of the creatures scattered around the school. Someone went to the dining room, someone else to the roof. I stayed in the class alone. I love to dine in... Okay, look, I appreciate silence like many people, but you gotta kind of have a limit to it, because after a while, that silence just kind of grows on you. I mean, put it like this, at least a brick wall has the courtesy to echo your voice back. Silence doesn't even give you that much. Anyway, and in general, the classroom in complete silence. What a rarity this is. And I'm also being followed again. Isn't there too much attention on one particular day? I looked around and saw no one. Although, wait. Two green eyes shine from under my desk. You. I jumped and crossed my arms in a defensive stance. The girl crawled out from under the desk as if nothing had happened. Okay, different name. Thank you. It was loud. Can you tell me your name? At that moment, I was mixed with fear, irritation, and anger at the same time. But overpowering all these emotions, I found the strength to calmly answer. Hitsugaya Naoki. Oh, that's probably my name. Okay. I should probably remember my name. That might be useful. After I said that, she took out a colored notebook and started writing something down. I moved closer to see the text. Her eyes lit up again and she blurted out, "Nice to meet you. Call me Kotomi." She nearly evaporated, running out of the classroom. I was again taken aback by her loudness and straightforwardness and just bowed. It's already too late. Trust me, when you get older, you'll understand that straightforwardness is a godsend at this point. What's the matter with me? And so, lunch was quickly over. The following classes were quite easy, literature and history, which are based on memorization, in which, for obvious reasons, I am an ace. A new creature named Kotomi has become the object of everybody's attention. All our classmates were spinning around her. It's a pity that she does not understand that this is just hypocritical manifestation of politeness. And that a little later they will forget about her, just as they forgot about me. Soon the classes were over. The mass of students started to leave. Can't actually tell if I've messed up the sound that bad. Hang on. Don't even know if the music is playing. I like to stay in class, check my notes, do my homework, and then slowly go home. As soon as I left the school building, a cool evening breeze blew in my face. Enjoying the moment, I slowly wandered around the alley. The music is really loud. Okay, hang on. Okay, so probably keeping at -40 to -35 would be a good idea. Okay. Enjoying the moment, I slowly wandered along the alley and suddenly saw the familiar ringlets again. She sat near the hydrangea bushes and stared at them, writing something in her little notebook. At that moment, she looked awfully stupid. Oh, God, what is this guy? Looks awfully stupid. However, there was no one near, and I don't care about her tricks. A strong wind that rose sharply made the bushes and trees nearby make a sound. Sheets of paper flew out of the hands of the curly-haired creature. She started collecting the papers, jumping up and down in a hurry. One of the sheets, circling in the air, flew right into my face. I grabbed it irritably and, before tearing it into a million small pieces, decided to look at it. Dark hair, the first to talk to me, very kind. Good. Hitsugaya Naoki, and a little chibi looking like me. While I heroically fought with the paper that attacked me and carried out a thorough examination, the creature collected all the sheets and managed to guess that one of them was missing. When I looked at the girl, I found that she was looking at me, opening and closing her mouth, apparently trying to tell me something. Her face was a pink peach color. Ooh, yeah, I'll just talk to her, why not? Have to undo the really antisocialness of this guy, seriously. Would you mind explaining? I turned to the drawing toward her. That's it. Now she's not a pink peach, but a red tomato. You know, I don't remember people well, and this is kind of a note. If you feel uncomfortable, you can tear it up right now. I understand how stupid it looks and how strange it must be. But why did I ask? So much useless information that I will never forget. Yeah, this guy has a serious complex. Oh my god. Yeah. She kept talking and talking. I went up to her and gave her the paper, saying, "It's okay, don't worry." She did not answer, and as I left, I heard only the sound of a pencil rustling on the paper. 13 hydrangea bushes, 429 flowers. I slowly walked to school, enjoying the morning coolness. Amazing that these heat-loving plants bloomed so early. The crowd of students merged into a grey mass again. I know the names of everyone I meet, dozens of different names, if not hundreds. But the faces of the people are the same, as if carved out of stone by a bad mason. Probably just a really bad anime where the artist didn't have enough paycheck to draw the background characters. Same difference. They are all homogeneous biomass that live, feed, and do not think about anything else. And there is such a person who will never forget them, even if he wants to. Memory is a funny thing. People grow old and forget. Time is like sakura petals for them. Those that feel and will never rise again. I can feel one of those tears in the rain kind of poetry moments for this guy. But for me, the fall of the petals froze. Forever. Same type mannequins go and go. The curly-haired creature sits again and looks at the hydrangeas the same way as yesterday. She looks silly again. It is better to behave in the same way as the rest, otherwise she becomes an outcast. I approached her, saying, "Don't act so weird." She jumped in surprise and turned to me. The girl timidly looked at me, tilting her head as if remembering something. "Naoki-kun." Okay, to be honest, that's kind of hypocritical of telling her don't be weird, considering I call people creatures. "Kitsugaya Naoki." Too loud again. "What interesting things did you find here?" I pointed to the bush. "They are so beautiful. This is the first time I've seen so many blue hydrangeas." I looked at her in surprise. But she was staring at them yesterday too. "It's time for class anyway. Are you going?" She turned a deaf ear to what I said about her weirdness and followed me. I took her away before the others noticed this curly, by the hydrangea bushes. There are enough weirdos in class. More noise, bunch of stupid conversations to fill the silence. Almost all of my classmates gathered at Curly's desk. I became an involuntary listener to their conversation. "Kotomi, why didn't you email me yesterday? You promised." "That's it, don't ignore us like that. We can get offended." God, these 5-year-olds? Come on, man. Really? Yes, really, 5-year-olds. The green-eyed girl couldn't answer. She looked down at the desk like a delinquent child. "I'm tired of it. They scoff at those who cannot even answer and try to crush them." Hey, is Curly not looking down, but looking for something? Interesting. On the desk there are notebooks, textbooks, and a couple of pens. What could she forget? Oh yes, the notebook. She said that she can't remember well and therefore writes everything down. Sometimes she even sketches. All the emails are probably in the book she forgot. "Hey, Kotomi, we were waiting for you to write to us. You as a newbie should have helped us with our homework." "Sorry, it's my fault. I took Ito's notebook yesterday." I needed to rewrite some numbers in emails. The women's voices were quiet as they looked at each other. Well, you should have said, Kotomi. As soon as he gives you the book, write to us away. We're waiting. Right away, we're waiting. A flock of girls went around, leaving Curly alone. She relaxed immediately. Thank you, Naoki-kun. But I didn't give you the book, did I? It seems to be... I sighed and motioned for her to follow me. We went outside to the hydrangeas. Look here. The girl began to examine every nook and cranny around the bush. While she was looking, I added, Yesterday, when the wind blew away the papers, you dropped the book on the lawn. Curly jumped out of the bush and scared me to death. Found it. Don't scare me like that. Naoki-kun, you're... Yeah, I can't be the upbeat, cutesy anime girl that everyone wants me to be. Thanks again. It really means a lot to me. She smiled again, as if she was about to cry. Let me ask you a question. Did you write everything in this book? Uh-huh. Did you put your homework in there too? Uh-huh. Curly... Curly? You lost her yesterday before leaving. Yes. Lord. This means you haven't done your homework. She squeaked and began to run around me. What should I do? She waved her arms as if fighting off the hordes of invisible flies that surrounded her. Lord, how loud she is. I put my hand in front of her path. Having made another round, the girl bumped into me with all her might. Don't panic, Curly. She enrages me, by God. Probably just keep pause here for the time being. I can save. So, first impressions. Since I have no idea of what this game is about, so it's going to be pretty much visual novel, love story, ironically appropriate for Valentine's Day tomorrow. Didn't actually plan that. Main character is a bit of a dick, but when everyone's in high school or elementary school, they're pretty much guaranteed to be. But other than that, yeah, the game seems alright. Kind of confused by why this game hasn't been noticed on Steam. There's zero reviews in English, and I think it was about 16 reviews in Russian. So far, art style's good. The music's alright, if I can ever figure out how to do the sound properly on my computer. But other than that, I'll just leave it here for the time being. Eventually, when my friends are online, I'll end up playing Valheim. Hopefully I don't end up... wonder if that's another Valentine's game. But, oh well. Till then, take care.